Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at an affordable diver, one of the best in the category, with the Orient Kanno, this one coming in with a red dial. So in this video, deep overview of this timepiece. Also, we're a full authorized dealer of Orient watches. The whole point of this channel is to go over watches available on our store as an authorized dealer, TeddyBaldassarre.com. So if you are interested in this watch at the end of this video, definitely check out the link in the description to purchase the watch, or if you have any further questions, you can book a time with one of our watch specialists as well. But guys, let's jump into the video, take a closer look at this watch. The Japanese brand Orient has a long history of producing high quality mechanical watches and has garnered the respect and acclaim from watch enthusiasts and collectors from all over the world. Personally, the brand holds a special place in my heart, as it was the place where I actually was purchasing many of my first entry-level watches, and I know the same thing happens for other people that are getting into this mechanical world of timekeeping. And still, when somebody asks me today, what are some of the best brands to look at from an affordable price range if they just want to start getting into mechanical watches, one of the brands on the short list is Orient. And when it comes to divers, this is certainly one that's going to be mentioned in that category for $200-300 with the Orient Kanno. This one coming in a red dial, a handsome entry-level dive watch with a great design and high quality features and function from the bezel down to the movement. So let's take a closer look at this timepiece. Now, taking a look at the Kanno versus other dive watches from Orient, this is going to lean towards the larger end. Personally, for my taste, the Komatsu is going to wear a bit better. However, when it comes to wearability and kind of wearing like the Seiko Turtle and also having some fantastic looks, you have the Orient Kanno. So the diameter here is 44 millimeters, but does have a compact 49.8 millimeter lug to lug distance, at least for that size, aided by the angled turn in lug shape as well. For a dive watch, the height isn't bad either, so it's just at 12.9 millimeters thick, which helps with a lower center of gravity and keeps the watch planted in the center of the wrist. Brushed finishes can be found on the front case surface, and high polish surfaces are down either side of the case. Thin crown guards provide protection to the screw down crown, which aids in providing the Kanno with 200 meters of water resistance. The crown is large and easy to engage and operates in the typical fashion, unscrewing from the screw down position to a winding position. Extending it out to the second position lets you set the day and the date by turning the crown in both directions. And all the way at the third position, you will then be able to set the time, aided by hacking seconds here for precise time setting, so stopping that second hand at that farthest position when you pull it out. Fitted between the 22 millimeter lug width is a familiar looking 3-link brush bracelet that features a fold over locking clasp with 2-button release and 4 points of micro adjustments to help with sizing. This bracelet is pin adjusted, it does have a stamp clasp, and in terms of where it's holding up compared to the rest of the architecture of this watch, this is the area that is lacking behind, certainly. In terms of what I would recommend, I'd probably put this one on a NATO strap, for example, or maybe some other strap like a Cordura strap or some type of nylon, as I feel it will probably be better off on those rather than this bracelet. The bracelet is not completely unusable, however, it does not hold up with the rest of the case architecture. As we move back and look at the case, the Kanno is fitted with a unidirectional bezel with a smooth 120 click action. It has a black aluminum glossy insert that provides the watch with a classic dive watch look, and unlike a ISO certified diver, this piece isn't going to feature a lume pip inside the triangular marker at the 12, but that's also not what this watch is really representing in Orient's lineup, but in point of consideration there when looking at some other variations. The bezel action is quite smooth and is actually, I would say, built beyond the price category here in regards to play. Subtle play when rotating, but still, again, very good for the price category. Fitting flush with the bezel is a mineral crystal, which is another major point of criticism here compared to some other variations like the Komatsu that does come fitted with a sapphire, but the mineral crystal does give an impressive view of that dial underneath. Sapphire crystals at times without AR coating or good AR coating can really obstruct the view of the dial underneath. That is at least one upside of mineral, but you are kind of sacrificing some elements here when it comes to durability. Now, we've noted a couple points where the Kanno is falling behind, say something like the Komatsu, but in terms of where it is exceeding is, I would say, the design and finishing of the dial itself. In regards to what you're getting with this version, this one's a bit more playful with this red sunray finish dial surface. A few details here: under the 12 o'clock marker, you have the Orient logo, and above the 6 o'clock, you'll find water resistance 20 bar. with white lettering. A cut day-date window is sitting at the 3 o'clock position with 2 white painted bars running along the top and the bottom to help with separating this from the rest of the dial. Along the outside of the dial, we do have a minute track with large applied markers at each of the hours. 2 long rectangular markers are going to be at the 12 o'clock position to add a bit of orientation help. All of the markers are going to be raised from the dial and also feature superluminova within to match the handset at the center with that broad arrow hour hand, pointed minute hand, and tipped second hand, also containing lume as well. Flipping the watch over, you'll find a standard screw down case back that covers the popular Japanese in-house caliber, the F6922. This is where so much of that value is provided and why Orient has become a kind of darling gateway brand for the mechanical watch market. In-house movements in this price category just isn't something that you are going to see very often, which makes the brand attractive to many first-time mechanical watch buyers and helps garner respect from watch enthusiasts and collectors alike. It's also not enough to just produce an in-house movement for the sake of producing one. It ought to be good, and this movement is. The F6922 operates at 21,600 vibrations per hour or 3 hertz. It has a 40-hour power reserve, a quick adjust day-date feature, also has hacking second feature, and then Orient states the tolerances here are -15 to +25 seconds a day. So just to give you context here, that might seem like a wide range of deviation, but in terms of comparing it to the competitors in the price range from Miyota or from the likes of Seiko even, another Seiko Epson Corporation brand, this is going to outperform those in terms of that basic range of deviation. All right, so now to unpack and just kind of discuss who the Kanno is for. Now, in regards to the Kanno compared to some of the other watches from Orient in the diver category, this one is going to be larger. Then you also have some typical things that come with many Orient watches in general. The bracelets are not very good. The crystal is also mineral, so that is another point of consideration too. But on the flip side here, in regards to why somebody would go for the Kanno, this is one of those great entry-level options from a diving perspective from Orient and just in general for mechanical watches. It is going to be for probably a larger wristed individual. It does wear smaller than that 44mm case size, where it's probably closer to a 42mm case, but the movement here that's going to be packed, the price, as well as the design, the handset, the markers, as well as the bezel in this particular version with its red dial being very striking. All this combined is going to make this a fun package at a pretty fun price tag, all things considered. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, as that is a great way to help the channel. But in addition to that, if you are interested in this watch, check out the link in the description, teddybaldassarre.com, full authorized dealer of all the brands that we carry on this channel. This is really where we cover a lot of these watches, give you some just general information about, as you're looking in the direction of these timepieces, some things to consider before you actually pull the trigger. So definitely check that out in the description below. Full authorized dealer, full factory warranty, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and also 9 out of every $10 just goes back into this content that we're creating, allowing us to continue to create videos here, as well as on our main channel as well. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.